I build living applications. I don't build software. I build living applications where I have an agent inside of every piece of software that is there for you, that upgrades, updates, and does everything you need that software to do, and will allow you to say, hey, can we add this to this? And its coding base is good enough that it can recode the software within itself.
Holy cow.
It's living
That's
applications.
pure magic.
Welcome back to Cloudcast, episode 6, featuring Muggzie. Muggzie is the Chief AI Executive Officer and co-founder of Kontext Protocol and World 8, and is a veteran ICP builder focused on creating living applications powered by AI agents and agentic workflows. In this episode, we dive into AI agents and MCP workflows for automation using Cursor in tandem with resources like Rube and Smithery. We also explore agentic trading on ICP, on-chain operating systems, VPNs routed through ICP node providers, the privacy implications and realities of canisters on ICP, and so much more. So let's get into it.
So if you want to know where my MCP tools are coming from, my GitHub is a great start for any beginner. Muggzie76. So
Amazing.
people can find that GitHub, and you'll find a lot of little treats in there. Even a trading bot that another guy developed, and I was like, hey, let me revamp this to work in a canister, let alone it's got a consensus mechanism for like 7 different AIs. So I extracted that and then took that just that consensus mechanism to develop. Now those branch off, and I just keep creating different intelligent business managers. So those 7 AIs work together to figure stuff out.
Run shit.
Tool management, like run tools and MCP tools, stuff like that. Being able to access your social medias, make posts, make likes, follow requests, send messages, access your YouTube, access your TikTok, access all of that and process your videos, post them for you, access things like, hey, we want to start a business. There's super special stuff a lot of people don't really catch on to, man. One thing I've noticed amongst our crypto world here in ICP, I wonder how many people even know what a press release really is. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And where to submit at least 50 to 100 to different agencies so that your product actually gets out and heard amongst hundreds of millions of people. And they at least have a chance to look at it before it's just this kind of dead project.
So there's best practices.
Doing any of that, bro. None of it.
Best practices for press releases, and some of these tools that you're working with can help dial that in.
Yeah, I find a lot of lack in marketing with what we're all doing. And so I've taken upon myself to put myself out there for like Preston from ICP Studio.
Yes, sir.
Or Coin Nation, I should say. Yeah, Coin Nation. Him and I are working tight, hand in hand on Kontext Protocol. And we've solved a lot of problems in the AI world. And I've been researching so hard and deep that I've been able to solve those little microcosm problems and be able to apply that to a new project. Things like spaghetti code and things like canister updatings and holding on, like problems Caffeine's having, definitely problems that a lot of other coders are having way above what they're having. Agent integration, like we're talking about with MCP. MCP, you use it for the tools and for information grabbing, but agents, it's like these are 2 separate worlds now, but if you learn how to mash them together, agents and MCP tools, like you can just sit back and watch your AI do whatever you told it to do the first time. Things that I'm working with that put my agents on indefinite loops so that they just go ahead and keep taking care of stuff and I don't have to come back to them.
24/7.
Yeah, man. It's
while you sleep.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
So amazing. Yeah, this is stuff that the people need to hear. And so you were building ICP Studio with Preston, Coin Nation, and you've rebranded to Kontext, correct?
With a K.
Kontext with a K. And yeah, why don't you just give the setup for what that is?
All right, well,
how it's evolving.
ICP Studio that we started with, it was totally designed to be an ID coder. Devs can go in and manage their code, but allow an AI to assist them, in their coding. So they're not losing full control and they're able to keep up with what's going on. And then we saw all of the insta coders, is what I call them. They're just insta coders. Most of the people that use these ones have no idea what code even looks like, and they can pretend they
Sure.
do, but they don't. And
Sure.
hopefully they understand the process of how a stack works, because that's hard enough as it is. So what Preston and I did was go ahead and create a coding Bible and even a Motoko Bible of our own that wonderfully works side by side with the Swissy's ICP MCP tool, man,
Nice.
which is brilliant. So what we did was we just filled a lot of holes with automation. And so we built a coder that's an Instacoder. And then we have Kontext Protocol Pro that'll be for the big devs that want to be able to get in there and really handle the small aspects of code. But the Kontext Protocol, just the regular Instacoder, is already going to be able to handle API, MCP, and agents all out of the gate. If you don't and won't and just kind of don't understand how to create your own agents, we have a store for you. You can just purchase an agent, apply it to your canister, and that agent is now yours. And you can tell it and teach it and do what you want with it. Yeah, man. So,
Wow. So
we're just,
exciting.
yeah. And then a lot of the stuff we have coming out is, it's going to be add-ons, but we've got such a beautiful scale of our add-ons. We're talking weekly by weekly, like new upgrades. As we see how things are being used, we can go in and evaluate, okay, this is our next upgrade. This is where we're at. And this is our next upgrade. With the way that we built from the bottom up, we don't need to step back. We've already experimented with that. So we don't need to step back anymore and go, oh, well, we're going to have to reboot and refresh because we need to start back over from here because we didn't realize this. And we're not worried about timelines. There's no rush,
Nice.
man.
Nice.
What do you figure? There's, let's say 19 to 20, 25 of these coders, insta coders, IDE, Cursor, Windsurf, Lovable, all of those on top of Caffeine, on top of, and which I support, man. Like, I love Caffeine. I know it's going to be and is a wonderful product, but I got to look out for my family. They aren't paying me, man. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah,
Yep.
Kontext pays me, so that's where I'm at. You know what I mean?
Amazing.
And yeah, so but I am a big time advocate of what Caffeine does and can do, and what it will do for the ICP network as a whole. So Kontext is built on ICP as well, and so we're also building that off of the blockchain and up. And right now, we don't rely on any outward source except for the AI, of course. Everybody knows that you can put smaller models in a canister, but you're not fitting a large language model that will run a full coder.
That's right.
Until Muggzie got a hold of a few things. And now I'm coining the phrase, and I don't care if somebody said it before, it's not said enough. I build living applications. I don't build software. I don't build dApps and apps. I build living applications where I have an agent inside of every piece of software that is there for you, that upgrades, updates, and does everything you need that software to do, and will allow you to say, hey, can we add this to this? And its coding base is good enough that it can recode the software within itself.
Holy cow.
It's living
That's
applications.
pure magic.
It feels like it, don't it?
Wow. So
yes, that's where I've been hiding and like underground, man. And I brought that out on Renegades podcast the other day. We ran a 3-hour podcast, dude. It was crazy, man. But it was
I'll
like
listen to that.
runs a half hour, 45, and we
sure
3 hours. But and I
phenomenal.
told him, man, this is going to be the new age of applications. It's not even SaaS. It's like here.
Fluid applications, right?
Yeah. So if you say I need a video editor, right?
I sure do.
I will create you a video editor with a living agent inside of it so that you can ask the agent, can you add screen splitting for me? And the agent will be like, oh, and it codes in and gives you the
Bro.
option now. And now you have the option to do screen splitting. Sorry, I zoomed in. You know, if you want to just ask it to add or remove features, it'll work like that. You know what I mean? And it'll
Wow.
do it on the fly for you.
I need this. I've been dreaming of this. So, yeah, I spend way too much time editing, self-admittedly, and I go line by line and I'll generate, a custom image for the technical concept that I'm trying to illustrate in
Yeah.
the moment. And then I'll, iterate on that image until it's perfect. And then I'll put it into like Grok Imagine and turn it into video, from image to video. Or, Grok's just one tool. There's several you could use. But I realized that this could all be automated, and I could feed my script in to the AI and have it do that for me. Take each line,
Yeah.
feed it through GPT, create the image, convert it to the video,
Well,
and,
what are
and
you
I could
using
just
for your
run that
editing?
in the background. Well, I use Premiere most of my career. I've used Premiere, industry standard, right? But then I use
Yeah.
Descript a lot because it's much easier for the text-based
Did you
editing.
upgrade your Premiere to the AI version or no?
I'm not leveraging the AI tools, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've
yeah.
had my
Me
head
too,
down.
bro. I actually let my subscription last month because I found, like I'm not paying that much for it anymore. I can use a freebie and I know editing myself well enough now that since I've been doing it for
Totally.
so long. I've been doing some stuff for Clown
Cool.
Protocol. Been doing put me
Good.
on
Good.
payroll and I just make right now. I've been working on a Telegram bot for them. It was done a month ago, but they keep coming back saying, "Ooh, can we do this and can we do that?" And it's like, "Hey, fine." But I think I
Excellent.
just finished it up this morning, and I made that's my first Telegram bot. I'd never made one
Okay.
before. Yeah,
Okay. Wow.
yeah, like right
Cooking.
on.
He's nonstop cooking. And so you were talking about Manu. Tell us.
Oh, yeah, I watch I'll tell everybody, like, you wanna learn stuff that's gonna help you on your projects, go to Manu AGI. It's a YouTube channel. Just type it in YouTube, MANUAGI. That is one of my secret weapons. You're way behind if you're just going there now, but start researching those videos because they release fresh GitHub projects that are open source, that are working with agents, working with MCP tools and AI like daily. And man, there is so much, like I was saying, so much that you can add to what your ICP project is that you wouldn't believe. Like I was just saying, the Linux, right? Linux just released a WASM version of Linux, which means it can be loaded in a canister and compute, and it just gets served via the WASM module, which is what we serve in ICP.
Wow.
If you chain
WebAssembly.
your back end canisters together, you can create a lot more logic and compute than people give ICP credit for. And so yeah, data retention, memory, all of that, man. It's all there. You could have a living computer on chain, just like EXE in a way. We know what his trick is, and it's fine. But I'm talking about an actual operating system that operates online, on chain, in your own canister. Not only that, I've been working on a VPN system
Okay.
that I've got a whole folder for that and could show the world, but it's actually using our ICP node providers
Yeah.
and channeling through those node providers for VP
Whoa.
to
Whoa.
switch up VPNs so that you can trade and stuff like that, man. And
Holy cow.
it just kind of works. Just
Holy
kind of works.
cow. That's the
Yeah.
first I'm hearing about that.
Yeah, because you create a tunnel into your computer via an already established VPN shell, hosting shell. I'll put
Okay.
it that way because I would like to be able to sell this as a product. I don't want to give too much away, but yeah, you can actually channel that VPN into a self-hosted shell, and then boom, there you go. You're just jumping around nodes around the world. That's all you're doing, man.
On chain VPN.
On-chain VPN with a computer like completely untraceable, untrackable, and then you mix Ubin in that for storage. Like, I mean, everything we create at ICP, like, and I'm not saying Definity, I'm saying we are
We the
ICP.
people.
They
We
are
the people.
Definity, we are ICP. And the stuff we're creating, like, I mean, I don't see why the government hasn't shut us down 100% yet. Like,
Oh.
what you can create on ICP is completely untouchable. Simple as that, man. Completely.
And
The
could
only
they
way to
shut
shut it. Go ahead.
Yeah, could they shut us down in
Ab-
theory?
Through, proposals. You got to put in a, you know.
You
So
got to
what if I throw up Pirate Bay onto ICP?
Right.
They're gonna shut it down.
Heard some rumors about that actually.
Take 5 seconds to load Pirate Bay onto ICP, man. Like, that's what Pirate Bay is. It's just a portal. That's all it
Mhm.
is. It's just a
Mhm.
tunnel. Yeah, man. It's like all sorts of stuff. That's where I used to be a freedom fighter, bro. You know what I mean, man? Freaking
Yeah.
hack the world, like back in the day, like Megan Fox in the movie Hackers, like oh dude, like, I was old school like that. I love that. I love that
Spirit.
the theology of it, the spirit of it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, man.
Uh-huh. That's
And
badass.
and
Keep
but
that
what I
alive.
see can the damage it could do, like, I turned
Okay.
into almost a white hatter where I see that we can be completely untraceable and untrackable and store and send, and that needs to be controlled because
Hmm.
there's still too much evil in the world to allow that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out and how we find balance and like the powers that be, how they navigate
Yeah,
that.
Dungeons and Dragons, bro. I'm chaotic good.
Right on.
That's my
That's
that's
over my head, bro. I never got into it.
Oh,
Is that a
really, man?
player?
Anybody watching that knows. They'll be like, "Oh,
They
I
all know.
always make chaotic good characters, which
Okay.
which are just wild and crazy,
Character
but at the
type.
same time, they're always looking out for the best interest of everybody.
Amazing. Well,
That's just always seemed to be my personal character traits I picked out. So,
we need chaotic good.
yeah, don't we?
So I was curious about the agentic trading stuff. I mean,
Okay,
the VPN, that's really interesting. I mean, everything you're doing with context is interesting.
that's why
So,
I'm the Chow that for Context Protocol. Chow, the Chief AI Executive Officer.
ciao. Hell yeah. All right. Is it just you and Preston
Right now,
on the
yeah. Oh,
team?
well, we
Okay.
do have another 2 characters that work inside our socials and then also work on advertising and stuff like that. So,
Cool.
as much as I would love to put my hat out there to be an advertising marketing guy, I'm the guy that can give the marketing guy all the tools they need to go market. I
Yes.
don't like doing it.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate marketing,
You
man,
like
but
to build.
yeah,
Yeah.
I do. I'm turning into a definite builder. I get so excited creating anymore, man. So the trading bots, right? So a real simple. I'll just throw it out there. I mean, people are building them everywhere. Everybody has the ability to make these things. So let me give
Okay.
you an outline.
Please.
Get yourself 3 to 5 agents, that at least 3 to 5 that are separate AIs, hook up to Grok, GPT, Claude, and maybe Gemini, and put your card on it. Okay. Don't worry about it. It's not really going to use that much. So what you're doing is you're hooking those 3, 4, 5 up together. Tell your coder, let's say you're in Cursor, and you tell your coder, hey, I want to link up these guys together and so that they can talk to each other. It'll just do it for you, bro.
You call that a swarm at that point when you're chaining multiple LLMs together?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah. And of course there's all the precursors. What do I load my cursor up with? How do I give it rules? How does it know that I'm working in Motoko? You again, that's where Swissy's MCP tools come in handy. I should just go ahead and copy paste, take out my APIs and give people my tool set. You know what I mean? So that they see, hey, this is how Muggzie can like grab all this stuff and put it together like, in a day. I'm done. And
Yeah, and so that's all the appropriate context it needs about Motoko, about Canister
yeah,
architecture, and ICP itself.
yeah,
That's what you're
yeah.
referring to here?
Yeah, the joy of things like Cursor, and I believe Caffeine now too, is that you can click and add GitHub to it. And so if you do
Wow.
that, you can add things like the Dfinity's core GitHub. So
Uh-huh.
now it knows everything Dfinity knows.
God mode.
Yeah, all you do is tell it, "Hey, check for a fresh fork or check for a fresh update," and then it does, and then it keeps using it as a repository. And you don't have to download that and keep it in your computer. It will go online and look for what it
Wow.
needs
Yeah.
and find. So I hook everybody up, bro. I've got a list of 35 GitHubs that are constantly connected to my to my cursor. So everybody in ICP, all the major players, Yuku, Entrepot, anybody that's got a public, they think that they're masked. Like Plug thinks they're masked because they're on a Dfinity, for their GitHub. They're using like a canister, and it's really hard to scrape that data which is really cool because for us ICP devs, there it goes again. For
Cool.
us ICP devs, it's really hard for people to scrape our data because of the way it's formatted on the web page. You know what I mean? But
I
anyways,
see.
I still got all of Plug's data. I've actually trained my cursor, just the cursor, to be able to trade inside of Plug Wallet.
Whoa.
Your cursor will do far more than code for you.
Hmm.
I promise you. When you tell it to create MCP tools and stuff, you can make it your tool, your trader. So the trading bot that I have, I actually posted it and I gave it to everybody in our Discord that Trevor runs. And I gave everybody the link and was like, there you go, guys. You know what? It's open source anyways. I'm not trying to hide anything. Go ahead and see if you can do something with it.
Hmm.
Like why hold up on it? And then I want to give a word of warning, not in the fact that I'm not giving financial advice. I'm talking about what's happening with the future. And some people are downplaying it, some people are overplaying it, but the truth is, we're all at jeopardy of not being able to make an income anymore. And my
That's right.
personal belief in discussions with many people living like you and I, as well as with AI, about the
Mhm.
current economy, where we're going with products and being able to sell products, how we get those out to people, how the fact that most search engines are now allowing their AIs to feed us results. So unless you're really awesome and you're getting your stuff in that AI's algorithm that they're feeding your results, we're all dead in the water, man. Because everybody's going to switch to Star Trek method. You remember Star Trek, right? You just tap your chest and
Mhm.
you tap your
Yeah.
chest and talk to the computer and get whatever you want whenever you want. Hey, tell me my latest Facebook feed post. Tell me my top 10 people I follow, what their last posts were. Hey, comment on that last post and say this. That's all you're doing. Tap and say, man.
And
You're
at
not
what point does
looking
it
at
start
anything anymore. Huh?
at what point does it start reading your mind and you don't even have to ask it out loud?
Right. And not even handling social media like that, Chris. It's going to be, you're not even searching through Amazon anymore. You're like, hey, send me a new pack of underwear.
Right.
Hey, I need my grocery list fulfilled for this week. And you're not going and choosing products. Some people will. So, saying that,
Mhm.
the advancement of robotics, the super advancements of bipedal robotics that'll be doing a lot of work. The only way and the truly only solution that AI came up with for me as a moneymaker was trading.
I see.
Universal basic income that they talk about to make up for all of this lack isn't going to keep up fast enough. And if the average person can learn to take at least $300 to $500 of their own money, start out with $5-10 per trade, learning, maybe even less.
Play money.
Just paper trade for a while and slowly, gradually move your real money into that trading. And before
Yes.
you know it, you're making $100-200 a day. You can really safely cap yourself at that.
Yeah.
You can try to become a big player, but God bless you, learn how to make at least a weekly income trading.
Yes, sir. This has been a dream of mine for a long time, but I don't know where to start at all.
Oh, I
So that's why I'm
suck
so
at it.
thrilled to have you on here.
I
You suck
suck at
at it.
trading.
You
Yeah.
suck at it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give any advice on how to trade at all. I'm saying we all need to learn this, bro. I'm with
Right.
you. I'm a baby in a blanket with this. Somebody cradle me and hold me and teach me because I have no idea how to trade. I'm relying on Trevor and a few other people,
Same.
to guide me on like, okay, all right, these are patterns I can look out for. And I downloaded a sheet of like 10,000 trading patterns and trained AI on that and then made AI start teaching me about it.
Come on.
You know,
Brilliant.
you don't have a teacher, turn AI into your teacher.
Come
Make sure
on.
it's valid info and then have it feed it back to you so you can learn from it. And that's what I'm doing right now. And as
Brilliant.
I'm learning, I'm also making the AI transfer that into agentic knowledge that can actually perform. It's hooked up to my crypto.com. I've got that into play
Okay.
with it. And then the plug wallet, it can see ICP swap and Kong swap and play around
Nice.
inside of those. I built MCP servers into those. Those guys still are like, I didn't give out any, I don't need your API keys. I need my account and access to the public backend. That's all I need. There's no reason for API keys and crap like that in ICP. Everybody's back end is open.
Whoa. Okay.
And
It's
they
a
need to go
big
back in
takeaway.
and start really looking at what's accessible. Just saying, man.
Sure.
People are building on
So,
caffeine and don't have any idea what they're leaving open on their back end candidates.
okay.
Be aware.
You
That's
heard it
all
first from
yeah,
Muggzie.
that's all I'm saying, man. So
So, have you had some luck with your trading bots that you've trained?
thir- $35.
Okay.
I'm
That's a start.
$35 up with the bot. Yeah. So
We up. We up.
we all gonna make it. Yeah. Right.
So,
That's after a month, bro.
okay.
So I'm not,
Okay.
like I said, I'm not giving this thing out for people to be like, he made it and it works awesome. No, no, no. This is the complete base model. Please figure it out. I'm still learning myself. And if you come up with a winning plan, whoever it is, throw it back at me and say, hey, look at this. It works, Mugs, and fork it back at me. Because come on, man. If we're all gonna make it, we all got to help each other, man. We can't rely on any
Amen,
one
bro.
dev no more.
Amen, bro. Yes. Yes. So, again, I mean, this sounds phenomenal. I would love to play around with it, but I have
I'll
no
get you.
idea where to start. So, like,
Just
maybe
throw it
we
in
could
Cursor.
throw it in
That's
Cursor.
Yep. You can use the free version of Cursor. The folder I give you, you open up your Cursor and drop it in as a new project. Boom. It's ready to operate, bro.
And you just use plain English to tell it what strategies to
Yeah.
employ.
It is the best way I've found to pass software from one person to another. Like, is just operating inside of Cursor. And then when I pass it to you, you have the ability to add, remove, build on, like we said with the living applications, and then
Yep.
consolidate that where I pass it as an actual piece of software with the ability in it. With Cursor, with MCPs like Swissy's using too, the ability to make your application that you build, your dApp, connect to your Cursor through an MCP tool. So my blogs that I've made, I can type in my Cursor, hey, make a new post. And it goes and talks to my dApps and says, there's some new blogs.
Whoa.
And I don't have to go to them and post every day. I just do it all within my Cursor. I can add new pages to all my websites and just update, of course. But with the blogs, it's automated. It's built, they're already built. And those are on caffeine. I built those on caffeine, built the MCP tools and servers on my own Docker and my own inside my Cursor, and then apply the JSON file to the caffeine code and the Cursor, and now they talk to each other.
He's
I
a
don't need an
wizard.
API.
He's a wizard. Whoa.
And
So
anybody can do that
you're auto
without me.
populating your blogs that you built with caffeine using Cursor, you're
Yeah.
saying.
Yep.
Amazing.
Everybody should be doing that. Everybody should
That's
have
inspiring.
Cursor as their base. I don't, you can be loyal over here. That's fine. Cursor's your
Yeah.
tool. Cursor's a tool. It's
Yeah.
a tool. Yeah, you can do so much with it. Now it's got inside browser feeds. So you can actually open up your browser inside of Cursor and have it operate your browser for you. Go fill out, like I was talking about, press releases. Go to press
Yeah.
release websites and submit them like crazy
Populate.
every day.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Creating
Wow, wow,
all new
wow.
stuff, all new social media posts, everything every day, and then going through for you. Bypasses all the API key problems that you have for 200 a month through X and all that shit, Excuse my language. Sorry, I've been trying to
You're
refrain from
good. No, no,
swearing
no,
on
no.
your podcast.
There's no, we can swear here. It's all good, bro.
Filters.
No
But
filter
do you see
needed.
why I'm so excited, bro?
I sure do. Yeah, it's
Like,
mind-blowing stuff.
do you
Uh,
remember that movie with freaking Travolta where he gets hit with the light beam from space and all of a sudden he just knows everything, right? That's
which
it.
movie is that? I get
Uh,
it though. I get it. I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like, that's
that's
how it
happening.
feels, man, like, having so much information, there's no way I could do anything with it, I need to give it out,
Yes, you
like,
do. Yes, we
and
do.
tell people that it's this simple, like, it really is this simple, you guys aren't a lot of people aren't understanding how simple they can control everything.
Even for a noob like me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just use what's in your head, it'll
Mhm.
understand you, man.
Yeah.
And if it don't, now it asks you, which is beautiful because now it says, "Hey, man, did you mean this, or this?" Put it in plan mode, and it'll start asking you questions about what you're building. And guess what that does? It helps you understand what you're building better.
100%.
Yeah, man.
Learn
Learn,
as you
learn,
go.
learn.
Uh-huh.
About to be 50
Wow.
in March, Chris.
Amazing.
And I feel like I've got, with the way science is going, I may have another 50 of these.
I
You
think
know,
so, or more. Or
yeah,
more.
right.
Yes, sir.
I
No,
was
you
going
go
to
ahead.
ask you, have you ever discussed on your podcast how to use, where to get, and how to implement MCP tools?
No, sir. I basically just had Swissy explain what an MCP is and what he's built and how he's integrated it with ICP.
Yeah.
So, brand new to this.
I recommend people go to the website Smithery, like a blacksmith, okay? Smithery.
Okay.
Go there. It is the world's database of MCP tools. And when you can click on different types of MCP you might need, whether it's for windsurf, cursor, or if it's just an open JSON, okay? And that is the real magic. Once you learn how to apply and use and you start playing with it that way, then you'll understand, like, asking Cursor to create you an MCP server of your own, and it will create that in Docker via Redis. And once you got that, now you can make your own MCP tools. And all it is a JSON script, very small, very lightweight, just like not even a KB, man. You just paste that in there, and all it's doing is creating well, knock it off, camera. And so, anyways, all it's doing is creating a tunnel to each other that is uncorruptible. It's an
Wow.
uncorruptible path between you and your whatever tool.
Tools.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You can hook it to your emails, you can hook it to all your Google accounts, everything like that. So you're sucking in stuff from your drive, from your sheets, any kind of information, data, that you can compile. And I just recommend people really explore it because it's so useful to your life. MCP
Wow.
tools are the gateway to success.
Come on. So Smithery is a great place to get oriented with all the different types of MCP tools that exist. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
and then
it's not understanding what an MCP tool is. Just think of it as an API gateway and ignore anything else.
okay.
All it is another pathway to talk from one application to another. And in this case, from an
Nice.
AI to your application.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, okay. So, what one concern I had. So, when you are granting access to all your files, your emails, etc., is there a concern that that would then be exploited in any way by anything along the
No,
chain,
the only
or can you
place
be
the
safe
API
or be sure it's safe?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
All good.
Safe and sound. The only place that your API is exposed is in your own computer.
Locally.
It's it's simply the API over here in Google. Let's call it, over here in Google, and your API down here in your cursor, and that's what allows them to talk. Just like you use any API service. But now we're creating your own server. So it's not like on Smithery, where it's an open use JSON file that everybody can use to access that thing. You create your own personal in your Docker, your own personal server that nobody has access to. So
Local
therefore,
to
it's
your
never.
machine. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then you
Okay.
can do that on a canister too. You can actually just create the server on the canister and the tool within your project, and then give everyone else, just like I'm talking about Smithery, people will see, you give everybody else the JSON that they apply their own code or maybe access token to be able to talk with your application. Same
Got you.
concept.
Okay.
Absolute same concept.
Amazing. So the trading bot is one, I mean, a really important aspect that everyone should start getting familiar with because we're going to need income.
Yeah. Find as many
S-
free API accesses as you can. If we skip back to where I was talking about the trading bot in the stack, you want each AI to be able to access at least one extra exchange that the other ones can't. So it has a differing opinion, but also like all of them can access CoinGecko. All of them can access CoinMarketCap. But now we got some that can access, different exchanges. So it can
Sure.
also see those prices and numbers. Sometimes those APIs cost you a little bit of money. You're going to pay a buck or two a month for the API access. If you're doing what you need to, it's worth it. So
Totally.
now those come back and talk to each other and say, hey, I found these prices and I found these prices. And they all go together and say, oh, Bob has the best deal. Let's go over here to Bob. And that's where they do the trade. That's how
Wow.
it should work, man. So
Execute
you
it. Yep.
you just sit back and chill, and you just put in your parameters, put in your trading strategy, and those bots will talk to each other and find the best deals in arbitrage. I'm only working on spot trades. I'm not even working on longs and shorts right now, man.
Got you.
Just in and out,
Yep. Yep.
in and out. So if people want to expand, they can expand. But I'm telling people, start small, start simple. Arbitrage, always the best thing to start with. You know what I mean? Different smart contracts and crap like that if you want to. I mean, there's people out there making flash loans, smart contracts for Ethereum that are creating like a flash $1 million loan that, but all it's making is $5 on the whole trade. But it's an
Interesting.
immediate, yeah. And I don't really follow all that stuff, man. A lot of people throw a lot of complication, and I'm a keep it simple guy, keep it simple.
Nice. I like.
But yeah, so
Do
that's
you have
that's
a
it.
name for the trading tool set that you've built that we're talking about here?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna throw it back to the guy that initially created it,
Okay.
and that's
Yeah.
that's Moon Dev.
Okay.
Okay, very very small following on YouTube and everything, but it's Moon, like up in the sky, Moon Dev, and Moon Dev created this. That's his GitHub as well. He's only got 200-300 people following, keeping track of what he's doing, man, and he's built something truly amazing that I was able to branch off of and build for ICP as well, and
Understood.
so I would say start off going to Moon Dev, and I give him all the credit for what I built off of. You'll never hear me try to take credit if I didn't build it from scratch myself.
Excellent. And is it free? Are you charging or
He's free, man.
he's free? Because I thought I heard you say in the spaces like you're gonna have to, pay a little bit to use these tools I've built. So is that something different
That well,
you're
that's
referring
that's
to?
if you spark up you put in your own API keys for your AIs, GPT, Claude, Quen, or not Quen, Kimi 2, Gemini, all the big guys. You're gonna
You're
end up
paying
paying.
them, not
Yeah,
you. I see. I
not
see.
me.
Yeah.
I'm just giving the
Okay.
software out. What's it gonna Bro, I honestly have about 40 people that keep up with what I do, man. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
that's how I
we
feel
need to
right now.
get
I got
that
uh
number up. We're gonna get that
yeah,
number
right?
up, bro.
Right?
Yeah.
I hear everybody saying my name, but like when it comes to buying stuff and stuff like that, I guess I just pulled back from that. I find myself better off being a helper.
Okay.
If people want me in their project and want to help me out, talk to me about paying me a fee, and I will jump in and I will put you into my role and I will help you. You know what I mean? But I'm going to
Yeah.
charge you.
You
You know what
should,
I
as
mean?
you should, of
Yeah.
course. And I would be happy to pay for something like this. I mean, if this is going to make
Yeah.
once we get it dialed in and it's making money,
Yeah, if you
like
go to
people
MoonDev
would be
and get it from
willing.
him, you're not gonna have any real ICP integration at all.
Right.
The one
Right.
I'm building is ICP integrated with the Kong swap and all that, and it still needs a little bit of dusting, but
Of
I can
course.
get you that. I can get you that one. I think that's basic. Yeah, there it is. Base Agent 3. Yep, I can get
That'd
you
be
that one.
phenomenal. That'd be
Right on, man.
phenomenal. So what else are you most excited about?
I really like what Clown is doing.
Okay.
I see a lot of conflict going on. Like people talk about how bullshit it is, and people talking about how great it is. And yeah, the community that's using it right now, people like to throw sticks at that community. And I don't agree with that. If you guys understood that $45,000 has been made by that community posting for all these random projects, even if they don't use those projects, they're out there posting. That community of people over there in Africa that are posting for all of us has made over, let's call it 30,000 of that 45,000. Do you know how much that money has changed their lives?
That's amazing. Yeah, I'm sure.
Changed their lives, man. These people are able to provide for their families and villages like never before, bro.
Good.
We're talking they're filthy rich in their standards.
Hmm.
So if people want to shake a stick at who's using it right now, they need to get their own community on board and say, hey, my community, I'm putting up my token. I'd like you guys to post about me. And this is how I'm willing to pay you guys to do it.
Yeah, sure.
And that's the magic of Clown. It don't matter what blockchain you're on. It has nothing to do with that because with OISY and Plug and all, with CK technology, chain key technology,
Chain-agnostic.
everything is now. I'm so tired of hearing people talk about we need to be able to cross chain and we need chains to work. They already do. They already do, everybody. Okay. If you want me to be just direct, we can build on ICP for everything. It don't matter. I can build on ICP starting in Motoko and branch off right into Plutus and build for Cardano and then charge ADA because I can make them sign in with a plug or OISY wallet, switch over the network and pay me in Cardano,
I'm all about it, man.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So why are people complaining about cross? Everyone's just bitching about it. Oh, I'm sorry, I keep swearing, but everyone's
It's
bitching
okay.
about it because they don't want to commit to it. They want everybody to come to them. It doesn't matter if you're XRP, Cardano, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, no matter who you are, the only problem with things actually being recognized as cross chain is the fact that all of them want everyone to come to them and say, you are the wonderful chain. We're willing to come. No, man, everybody
Right.
just freaking get over yourselves. Just get the ego out of you and just
Totally.
build for
Right.
everybody and everywhere and every how,
Yes,
you know?
sir. And if those chains can't host applications on their network, then they're going to
Yeah.
have to come to ICP, right? And it's not it doesn't need to be we're better. It's just like we can do more here together.
We have tools you don't.
We have tools you don't. And so yeah, it's dissolving these walls we've built up, the tribalism,
Is
the
IPFS built on Solana? No? Well, it seems to me that Solana's using tools that they don't have. You know what I mean?
right,
Like if
right.
you're already using tools that you don't already natively supply, why are you arguing about it? You know
That's
what I
it.
mean? Build
Right.
on ICP so your DApp is 100% secure and on chain, and then charge the Solana like you want to.
Come on.
What's the
Yep.
difference? You're still causing network effect. You're still causing cycle burn on ICP and transactions on Solana.
That's right. Best of both
Now you just
worlds.
doubled up the freaking power of blockchain.
100%.
Where is the argument here? We already all know we can build Solidity on ICP. You know, we're the same freaking network, regardless. It's almost like we're just, you know, like Buterin said himself, we are the answer to Ethereum. He knows that. He knows that Ethereum, and here we go. The other day we're in a space, my friend, and everyone kind of wanted to hem and haw and not talk about it. Okay, but we all should just frankly acknowledge that ICP is the New World Order's answer for the internet. Period. Dominic is not visiting and hanging out with the people he's hanging out with because he's serving them coffee in the afternoon for tips. Okay. He's hanging out with them because those are the people that are really building and using ICP for what it's meant for. And the new internet is trackable, traceable, and completely controllable. And it's called Internet Computer Protocol. And if anybody wants to argue with that, they're not choosing Ethereum that charges $50 per transaction.
That's
That
right.
you've got to use a million layer twos instead of ICP that already has chain key technology, that we don't need tunnels, we don't need wrappers, we don't need any of that. Just send me your Bitcoin to my wallet and it will transfer it automatically into my Bitcoin. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. Solana, I can send you Solana from my Soulflare wallet straight to your wallet on ICP, and it's going to turn into CK Solana. I don't have to worry about going to a second party, wrapping, building, tunneling, whatever you want to, bridging, any of that. None of that.
That's
And
right.
that's why we are so far ahead. That is why everybody is talking crap. That's why you got the big entities playing us down. Who was it? Did they post?
Suppressing. Yep.
Who was it they posted the other day? Somebody posted TradingView. Was it a article by Coin Market Cap or TradingView or something about how ICP's like not as great as, you know? And
I
it's like,
missed that.
yeah, it's just they're playing us
Just
down because the big
mudding the
guys,
waters. Mudding the waters.
yeah, muddy it like
Yep.
crazy. It doesn't
Right.
matter. I'm building on it anyway. You know,
So let's unpack that a little bit, because you believe it's totally controllable by the powers that be, and I'm, super naive maybe and optimistic, and I like to think that this is ICP is a place where we can transcend the grips of the powers that be and big tech and all that, right? So I know there's a lot of nuance here. We will be escaping the centralized powers in a sense, right? As far as like the big tech giants having access to all of our data, owning our social media, owning our, all that stuff? Or is that naively hopeful and
no, you're not
optimistic?
being naive.
Uh huh.
The magic of blockchain is being able to hold information securely and privately. But every time we launch an application, it creates a new canister. That canister gets registered. If we're doing something that is illegal, they're going to cancel that canister.
So it's not private,
How can it be?
right?
Nothing's private on blockchain, man.
I know, but you just said the magic of blockchain is that.
The information that you have about you and stuff is private. But if
Okay.
somebody clicks on that canister address, because every time a canister is created, don't believe that Dfinity don't have a mechanism that stores a CSV file of every single canister created every time a canister is created.
Well, that's a
And then
huge deal.
an
Yep.
AI that goes through that canister file and checks each
Audits it.
website to see what it is. And if it's something illegal, they register that and say, "Hey, this guy is actually promoting something that's, highly illegal." Like,
Even
oh,
if like vet keys are involved and, these purported tools for privacy, achieving privacy on ICP, like that's just a mirage ultimately, you think?
creating a completely locked down front end and back end that is only accessible by people you allow is what you're thinking, right?
Right.
Not just a porn website and you're trying to make money on it. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Like corn, like people that have corn and maybe some subject matter on there that isn't quite, but they think, oh, it's on blockchain, it's going to be completely immutable. And then, the powers that be see it and they put the smackdown on that, shutting it down because that's illegal.
Right. Like, hasn't Dan talked about how he, on Ubin, there is a way to store files to where even he doesn't have, where no one has access
He's
to it
scared to
except for the
death about it.
user. Okay.
He's scared to death about it.
Okay.
That's that. Him and I've had very deep conversation about that because
Sure.
I told you I'm chaotic good, man.
Yeah, we need you. We
Yeah, I
need you.
want this craziness. I want these freaking wild applications, but there are manipulating malicious actors out there that
I think
will,
it's really important we talk about this and,
yeah.
address these
Dan,
concerns and determine what's real and what's not, and pop
yeah.
these bubbles if I have these dreams that aren't realistic, let's pop that bubble and be real,
Well, let's look at it in the world of hacking in general. Okay,
Mhm.
let's go to the core of it because that's how people relate it. We're talking about encryption. We're talking about, quantum encryption or whatever, but being able to hide our files and pass them. At that point, yeah, it's all secret. But somebody's going to unpack that file. Okay? That's like the whole world of hacking. Like, it's all a moot point when you create a virus if that virus is just created, but nobody opens the file. It's not
Mm,
illegal until somebody views it. You know what I
mm,
mean? Like,
mhm.
it's not illegal until someone opens it and accesses it. You can't get in trouble for kitty corn for, if it's on your computer, but you never accessed it. Literally, people get off the hook all the time because some people will maliciously inject your computer and then inform the FBI that you have crap on your computer. They do
Frame
this.
ya,
Okay.
frame ya.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But if you have never accessed it, you can prove in a court of law, I didn't know that was there.
Hmm.
That was injected without my knowledge. You know what I mean? So it's the act of unpacking what is illegal that turns it illegal. The person transferring it and storing it had to obtain it from
Yeah,
somewhere, correct?
correct.
And then pack it and put it into a canister or develop it and put it. There's always a trail, my friend.
Yeah, and you're saying even these quote unquote private like canisters on Ubin that Dan doesn't have access to, no one else has access to, but you're saying that Dfinity would still have a way to audit those with AI
Not, okay,
potentially.
I don't want you
Potentially.
to give the impression that they can go and see what you got and what you're doing. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm
Okay.
saying if flags are raised that it is questionable and or illegal, then they have the right to go in, assess the creator, assess the developers, assess the people who own that specific canister per se. Let's use Ubin for example. Dan just creates a piece of software. When someone creates their Ubin, that's their own canister and their own responsibility.
Right.
Okay, so they're being evaluated. At that point, it would be said, hey, we believe you're doing something illegal. We're either going to cancel your canister address, and you understand how that works through a vote. You can shut down
Proposal.
someone's project through a proposal.
Okay. Right.
If
Yes.
everybody votes to shut that thing down, they can go in and shut that canister address down.
Okay. So enough attention and mobilization would have to occur to get to that
Yeah.
point to create the proposal and execute the proposal.
And it's everything that happens right now, Chris. I mean, it's everything that
Sure.
happens with the FBI, CIA, all that crap right now. They don't just automatically know that you did something wrong. There's got to be a chain of events that leads them to find you being suspicious and then get a warrant to search your computer. You know what I mean? So if
Sure.
that kind of thing goes on chain, the same protocols are going to take effect.
Okay.
It's
Yep.
and you're not going to be able to hide.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out as we get adoption, as more and more people start trying fishy stuff, huh?
Yeah. Well, let's just Bitcoin. Let's say Bitcoin. If you buy some Bitcoin How do you do that?
An exchange.
Thank you. From your bank into the
Yep.
exchange, you get some Bitcoin. Now your brain starts going, "Oh my God, I got Bitcoin." And you shoot out into the wide world of wallets and you're exchanging, you're playing, you're doing all sorts of stuff. And then it's few years later, years, bro. And you're like, "Oh, everything you did can be seen from the point you started with that bank transaction into your exchange wallet." That exchange wallet address sees every single thing and everything you visited for
Immutable
years.
record.
Yeah,
Immutable record.
there's no secrets in blockchain, man. They're trying to play that it is, but there's truly no secrets. I
Well, and
don't
that's
think
where
you'll ever
like
get it.
ZK proofs and come into play, and vet keys and these things that I don't understand. I'm
Yeah,
aware of the
tornado
buzzwords.
cash, you know.
Uh-huh.
So
Zcash, yeah,
So
all that
let's say,
stuff.
let me ask you a question then. Let's be real, man. Let's talk to people like they
Please.
need to be talked to, okay?
Yes. That's what we're
There's
here
the
for.
butterfly world of crypto that everybody thinks we're doing secret stuff but really, man, you put $100 into Bitcoin 3 years ago and you go play around and you come back with $100,000. You got to put that back in your bank. It's tracked. They're
Yeah.
gonna wonder, "Hey, where did you
Off
get
ramp.
100,000? You only spent $100. How did you get 100?" They're gonna track everything you did, how you made that money. Here's your tax bill. You're not getting away with nothing, man. You're not turning that back into cash without them knowing. You're not really going to Tornado Cash and really getting away with anything. You're not going to Zcash, Tornado Cash, Monero. As soon as your money disappears in something like that, you're red flagged.
Hmm.
You're red flagged immediately. What are you thinking? You think that just because you did that, all of a sudden you're secret because then you brought it back out into another blockchain. So what? It's still got to go back to your exchange. It's got to come back out in dollars at some point.
What if we keep it on the NNS? And if did you hear Pierre on the Spaces the other night?
About just
He's talking
spending from
about
within your wallet.
correct. What if we get to a world where you can buy groceries from OISY,
Yeah.
and so then your assets remain out of the jurisdiction of the states? Hypothetically, this is all, I'm just
Okay. So I started with a program here the other day called Portal Pay.
uh-huh.
We accept both debit and credit and 6,000 different tokens
Let's
for
go.
payments. Yeah, yeah, and you can apply it to any of your dApps and take it to real world like I'm taking it to the weed shops, and because they can't take debit or credit here, and I think California is the same, and this will allow them to take debit and credit right there at their terminals,
Whoa.
And so, yeah,
Portal
but
pay.
it'll also take crypto. So if I
Come
wanna
on.
pay for my weed in ICP, they can take it,
Nice, dude.
you know? Yeah. And that's here. We're doing that now. ICUnow.store. That's the website for me, man. This guy created it and I said, "Yeah, man, let me give it a shot. Let me go out and play with it." It's called Portal Pay. It's pretty brilliant. Me personally, for everybody I let sign up and they use my Portal Pay to use, I make a chunk of their transactions every time.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Referral.
that weed shop that I'm hooked up to, I make money on every gram they sell, man, no matter what it is.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So wait, are you not concerned with the red flags showing up in this dynamic? Like we were
No,
talking
man.
about with the off ramping.
Nope, not at
So
all. They're
we
gonna
so it
figure it
is
out and give you
possible.
the bill.
Okay.
It's what are we looking at right now anyways? Trump just announced, and, oh, God forbid I mention his name, but, he is the guy in charge.
Yeah, you're
So,
good.
Trump announced that, peace out to trading taxes. Peace out to that. You shouldn't be taxed for trading your money you already paid taxes on. And then he's phasing all of that out. You shouldn't have to pay taxes on money you already paid taxes on.
Yes, sir.
And if you're using money you paid taxes on to earn more money, why is that taxable? That's called, you know, advancing yourself. So he wants to get rid of the IRS altogether and only use a system that uses outward taxing to major corporations and offshore companies. You want to
I'm
sell
here for
stuff
that.
here, you pay us. And that actually generates the same amount and more taxes than what we pay as citizens anyway. So peace out with that. Like they're
Transcending
not
that
going to come
old
at
world
us.
model. Yeah,
They're not
let's
going to come
go.
at us, bro. And if you think, and I mean you, if you think that they don't have our government and IRS already don't have AI that's just connected to blockchain and sees every damn transaction period anyway, and every
Omniscient.
bank account they are connected to, then we're all really fooling ourselves.
Sure.
Because I can do it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I can hook an AI right now to an exchange and track every single transaction and what bank accounts they get sent to. I can't intercept them and I can't steal money, but I can watch
Right.
it happen.
You can see it.
Yeah, that's all they need is tracking, and it's already there because blockchain may be immutable, but it is not invisible.
Right.
It's so open, it's ridiculous. And I believe people are just mixed up in this fantasy that we're doing something so super secret, and we're not. We're actually exposing ourselves exactly the way they want us to. We're falling into their trap. Bitcoin and all of this is exactly where they want us to be, bro.
And even OISY, isn't OISY KYC? Wasn't there some
No,
controversy about that? No?
no, I can just sign in with my Google account. OISY, you can sign in via your Google email, or you can sign in via your internet identity. You know, they don't KYC you. They expect that what you're signing in with has already proven who you are.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they
Okay.
use sources that require identification, even though an internet identity don't. You know, anybody can make up 5,000 IDs on internet identity, you know. So yeah, man, we in a weird spot right now, you know, like
It's fascinating.
I feel
Super
a little
weird.
confused by crypto. I've gotten to the point where, yeah, I'm just building. I'm building and I'm going to learn how to trade, but like it seems really confusing as far as like using it for
Real
daily.
world
Yeah.
use. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Okay, so let's go back to context. You know, context protocol. We realize the same thing that caffeine's doing. You can't charge people a crypto. You can't do that. You want to know why?
The volatility?
No, you're forcing people to purchase a risk asset, which means if
Yeah.
they're paying
Okay.
like ICP to use your dApp, you're forcing them to buy a tax event every time they
Right.
so you
Right.
use USDC
Hmm.
and you do your own conversion after they purchase. That's why
Okay.
caffeine is only Stripe and it goes towards credits. You
Got
don't
it.
ever get told you're purchasing ICP to turn into cycles to do this, because that is a taxable event and would be illegal to force somebody to do that.
Understood. That's a huge point. Yep.
Huge. And
Yep.
all the other dApps need to understand that.
Hmm.
Ah.
That's a short. We'll make that a short. PSA.
Yeah, there you go. There's your
PSA.
little public service announcement. You
Uh-huh.
guys, you can't be charging the token of your choice. That was a fantasy we came up with back 4 years ago when everybody started creating tokens and said, "Oh, I'm going to use my token for my product." Your token is a risk asset, and you're forcing people to buy a risk asset in order to use your product.
Yeah.
You're doing something illegal, at least
Thank
in
you
the
for making
United
that
States.
clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
Okay.
charge USDC or USDT because it's a stable coin and is not a risk asset. And you inform your community that you will be swapping that over into the investment portal token on a certain percentage rate or whatever you choose to do that. I'm taking my profit, I'm taking business expenses, and the rest goes into the token. You know?
That's the workaround.
Yep.
Okay.
You got to think
Appreciate
big.
that.
You got to think bigger and bigger around that. So I
Zoom
hope
out.
people.
Yeah, I think we've all dreamed of that. Dreamed of making apps and charging in whatever token we want without realizing the implications.
Yeah,
So that's huge. Okay. Well, shoot. How we feeling? What
I
else?
feel great.
You
You
feel
can
good?
ask me
Me too,
anything
man.
you want. World 8. That's
World 8.
you
Talk
know.
about World 8. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, that is my fun stuff. You know what I
Passion
mean? Like
project. Yeah.
Yeah, like I take it seriously, but at the same time I don't, Like it's not meant to be like I'm supposed to focus on this business model and crap. No, I'm having fun. And
Fun.
it's gonna be more and more just about Duty and Fred adventures and the Daku Motoko adventures and how they mingle together. I've got a full like script worked out where the Daku Motokos right now are over in New York doing their thing at their little hacker, like they live in a studio, like a loft in New York,
Dope.
and the grungy geezers live in a town called Marketville over around Illinois somewhere,
Nice.
sort of Springfield ish, you
That's
know
where
what
I'm
I mean?
from. That's where I'm from, Springfield, Illinois.
Really, man? You're from the
Well,
Simpsons town, right?
small town near Springfield. Yep.
Yeah, right. And
Yep.
so Marketville is that kind of Springfield aspect, and
Cool.
the geezers live there, and everybody knows about the zombies and the zombie token. Well, the zombie apocalypse is happening. And that's what happens. The geezers are finally getting their first real gig, man. In like 15 years, they've been struggling to make it big. They got bypassed through the whole grunge era. They never made it. Soundgarden made it. Stone Temple made it. Pearl Jam made it. Grungy geezers
Right.
were still sitting at home. The
Sure.
Daku Mitokos over there in New York, they're doing their thing. They're building on blockchain. They're trying to save the world. And then all of a sudden, like the geezers are going on stage and the audience is going crazy. And then Duty notices they're not screaming for them. They're screaming because zombie apocalypse, man.
Oh
And then the
shoot.
Daku Mitokos are coding away, and then the bulletins start coming up over Hacker News, which is an actual .com, and it starts coming up, like weird incidences around town. And then one of the guys is looking out the window and is like, it's here, man. And like New York's in flames and chaos. So they got to get to their van and take off. So, we'll see what happens and how things intermingle and maybe how these people meet each other. And we've got some other characters that are going to be introduced over the year. And me and Sharky have been working on a lot of real world asset stuff. Not Sharky that is Sharky on ICP, not that
Okay.
Sharky, but my
Yeah.
buddy that we call Sharky. He's out of Buffalo, New York. He was actually came from Polygon. He
Okay.
had a couple collections that kind of fizzled on Polygon. The guy that was doing his thing that I do for him just kind of vanished and no games came to fruition, crap like that. And I was like, look, man, I can't give you AAA, but we can have a lot of fun, bro. And he was like, let's do it. So
Nice.
yeah, that's how the geezers were born. That's how the Daku Mitokos were born. That was a completely new invention for him, the Daku Mitokos, as far as art goes. And then we've got the faux kits. We've got Marvin the Martian. We've got, which, was actually part of another person's idea and project. And he'll get the credit for that. But we're still going to launch it, even though he didn't want to carry it out. I still got the character in my head. I got to have it, man. But World 8 is its own world. It's not Earth.
Ecosystem.
You know what I mean? It's not Earth, it's
Hmm.
World 8. And so all these different characters and species live on World 8. And so people can imagine whatever they want on World 8. There's no limitation. So
And these are all NFT collections you're referring to, just for the audience who's never heard of any of this.
yeah. You can go buy geezers, Motokos, Icy Zombies right now. Then you can join in with my friends Will from Icy Spicy and Raven
Hmm.
Project. You can go buy the skate punks he put out. Those are part of our world. The World 8 plus part of his world because he's actually in the skate world and the WWE world, believe it or not. I want to give a
Nice.
monstrous shout out, man. Like, you've got to get Will on, bro.
I'd love to.
I don't know if you understand what Icy Spicy is.
Let's pretend I don't. Yeah.
He
Paint the
owns
picture
his
for
own
us.
farm, bro.
Wow.
He has a 5-acre pepper farm, hot pepper farm. And he
Amazing.
actually has been for years already creating spices and that you can buy, for your home. And he decided that he came into ICP, wanted to go real world asset as well as, blockchain. And then I got in and started mentoring him on how to get that done. And he has turned his whole farm blockchain with Terry Igaru.
Really?
So yeah,
He's working with AgriDAO.
yeah, yeah. His whole
Amazing.
farm is NFTs, man.
Tokenized?
You can
Tokenized?
buy coupons to buy products via NFT, cool little icy spicy characters. It's no joke. Like compared to the other RWA projects on in our ecosystem right now, he's the one who's actually got real products as well as Technologic.
That's phenomenal.
Technologic and the Bonsai, he's created a full warehouse of anything you can imagine that is anything World 8, Goodnight Punks, Raven Project, Skate Punks, and quite a few other projects. Clowns probably coming in there. He's got his own shoe brands. And
Nice.
we seriously sit back and laugh like this, like our own community don't support us.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I
Well,
love you
yeah.
guys, man.
I would love to have
Everybody's
Token Logic on too and just get the word out, because I'm not
yeah.
even like
It's just I'm not belittling it, and I'm not saying anybody
yeah.
sucks. I'm just saying that everybody's always looking for the new thing. And
Mhm.
it's like those of us that have been building have every day we have the new thing. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I
you
think
want to
people
see
just aren't
real growth,
aware.
huh?
People just aren't aware maybe, so we can help
I don't know
spotlight
how.
spotlight these projects. Yeah.
I don't know how they're not aware,
Well, even me, bro. I mean, I'm on the feed all day, every day, looking at everything, and I'm like
right?
vaguely aware of this stuff, but didn't fully grasp the depth of like how far along Icy Spicy is and everything that Token Logic's
Yeah,
selling.
you can get your Daku Matoko shirts right there,
Daku
man.
Matoko, baby, and that the Daku art's beautiful. Big shout
Thank you,
out.
man.
Yeah,
And
man.
I'm not trying to be detrimental on our communities. I'm saying that
Sure.
a lot of us I do it too, man. There is so many projects. You know,
Right.
you can't be a 100% all the time fan for any one project anymore. Otherwise, you're burning all your time, you know?
Totally.
Like you don't have time to do that. So,
Well, that's a great
I get it.
overview.
Yeah. So we're working a
Let's
lot on outside of ICP. Technologic, Will from Raven and myself, as well as Candace
uh-huh.
Marquette as well.
Yeah.
We all work very hard together in TikTok and Insta and other places
Got
and
you.
trying to get ourselves out there too, man. There's a whole lot going on everywhere in the world. I don't know if you noticed the post I put the other day, but Darren Cruikshank used to always preach and teach, be wherever they're not.
Hmm.
You don't want to be flooded in the market with everybody else. So be wherever they're not. That same thing. That's what he taught fighting, and I
Okay.
believe it in business too. So
So important, and we're so isolated in our ICP silo that yeah, it's like
yeah.
that's what I'm trying to figure out. How can we break out, man? So you've been breaking out. You're showing the way on how we can do that and setting a good example.
Thank
We
you.
should
I'd
all
hope
follow
so.
that. Yeah, man. So for someone like me who I'm just curious all the ways that I should start leveraging AI MCPs for my workflow, like podcasting, for example, is what I'm really fired up on.
Okay. You want me to tell you here?
Let's share the wealth with everyone, man.
You're
Yeah.
podcasting, which means you want to get out onto YouTube at least, right?
Yep.
And then, of course, maybe post them on your X account, TikTok in brackets, small chunks, put out your snippets on TikTok and any other video platform you can think of. So, the first thing you do is you want to have a database of all your stuff. So, all
Okay.
your videos and stuff should be living online in your Drive folders so that AI can access those at any given time. Every time
Got it.
you're editing and finishing, you're putting them in folders and making sure they're listed the way that you want them, as well as all your transcripts.
Yes.
So now we've got all your podcasts, what you and me are doing now. We've got your transcripts. That is the meat and potatoes of what you do. What you need to get them to YouTube. So you download, you use you know what? I'm going to tell you flat out. I told you about Smithery, but
Yep.
also Rube, Rube. It is the simplest way to connect all those directly to your cursor and go straight to the social medias and the platforms you want to use. Rube, Rube.
Rube. Okay.
Free as a bean.
Wow.
Okay. Free and clean bean.
Excellent.
Yeah. So go there and find the tools you need. Okay.
Okay.
And once you line those up, they're in your cursor. Now you're just going to go to your cursor and talk to it. Hey, I'm making these podcasts. This is my folder. These are my videos. I'd like you to create me a 90-day marketing plan to push these videos and take all of my information and data and create me a 90-day marketing plan for all the social medias listed here. Sit
There you
back
go.
and watch it work, bro. It's going to spit all that out. And then every day you go in and you say, please incorporate and administer day one. And it will go in and post everything needs to be posted. Go about your day, Chris.
Execute it. Wow.
You want to go farther than that? Institute the Telegram MCP tool into your cursor. Why? Because now you're talking to your cursor on your computer. You've got an idea. You go to your Telegram, you say, hey, man, today's post, I'd like you to make an extra post about this and send. Now it goes to your computer cursor and then which is up and running all of your podcast, and does the job. You're out and about, but you're talking to your cursor on your computer.
Wow.
You're
But
telling
we're
it to do.
talking, that's phenomenal. But we're talking after all the media's done and edited, produced, or can it actually can it further repurpose full podcasts?
Yeah.
It can.
Yeah, you
It
can
can
sign
create
up
the
for a
shorts
few
and
different
stuff.
platforms. Yeah, where it'll
Uh-huh.
feed the transcript and
Yep.
create, and you can load it with like an AI version of you,
Right.
and you feed it the transcript, and it will just do the podcast.
Wow.
Yeah, like
Just
we could just do this in audio, you
generate
know?
it. Uh-huh.
Yeah. But you can have it do that. You can also have it edit and break down the podcast for you. It's about $30 a month service, you know.
Uh-huh.
Then you could have it taking the transcript and creating complete like videos without us, but our voices, or not even our voices, just the topics, and then it finds all the information we talked about and validates it and
Wow.
then turns it into a video for you, and that would be auto
And this is
posting.
Rube, or which service are we talking about here? We're talking about multiple
Rube would
services?
be a great gateway to get started with that's for sure.
Okay.
You wouldn't believe what Google's done already, man. Google is the king of AI. Like, they are the kings, man. They have done more inside of the Google AI studio than anyone's ever going to get done for themselves anymore, man. You can incorporate all of your G service,
Drive, Sheets,
everything.
Docs.
And
Yep.
I was amazed at what it knows about me,
Hmm.
what it knows about what I'm doing. It knows you, bro.
Huh.
Like, it knows you. And it will say, okay, this is what you've been doing, what you've been looking up. I know what you're trying to get across, what kind of plans you have. Let me build this for you. And off it
Wow.
goes.
And this is
The
already
only
integrated in Google, or do you have to sign up for that separate?
It's already integrated. Most Google AI services are free until you're doing a lot of the video generation stuff like that. That costs money. The
Yeah,
other thing is that
Sora.
it's not
Or
deploying to blockchain for you, you know? It's not
right.
it's not truly deploying your application. A lot of these build your applications, but the magic of what like we're doing with Kontext and Caffeine is immediate deployment. You know what I mean? That's where we
Right.
cross that boundary. But yeah,
That's the
man, Google does a
novel.
lot of amazing stuff for you. But I'm
Okay.
telling you now, man, incorporate Rube into your cursor. Go through it. Don't be scared to link your accounts. Okay. Once you do that, cursor is that project that you create on cursor. Like, you can minimize that window up and put it up here and open a whole new window of cursor and build something else. And then just pull this open and go, hey, make a post. And then it does it, and then keep going over it. Cursor don't use your computer. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So you can run 20
It's
windows.
all in the cloud.
Yeah, you can run 20 windows
Uh-huh.
open, bro. You
No
can have
load.
all those doing different crap for you. 8 or more costs $20 a month, but each agent. I
That's
think it's 8.
affordable.
That's a very doable price for what
Right.
Cursor can do for you. And then
Right.
for me, like right now, I don't have it plugged in yet. $100 a pop, and just load Cursor onto them and keep them as extra. And then what I like to use is Rust Desk, because it's a
Okay.
free, like what do I want to say? Like screen control, you know, like me being able to go into my other computers and operate them from my laptop.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I use Rust
virtual
methods. Yeah,
access. Uh-huh.
'cause I
Uh-huh.
can hook up as many as I want, period.
Dope.
And yeah,
So
totally
wait, when
free.
you do this, is that toggles the zoom?
Yeah,
When
that's
you
my
make that
zoom in and out, man.
that's badass.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you
You're a
can get so
wizard.
we don't oh, you're recording again. Okay.
We're back.
So, but
Yep.
I
Yep.
just want you to understand that it is so much easier than a lot of us are getting if you just what do they say, slow down to speed up. Slow down, open up your cursor and start slowly by adding the tools that you know you need online. You know you need to post to YouTube. You know you need to do all these other things.
Mhm.
Find it. They're out there. And if you
Mhm.
don't have them, build it because Cursor will build it for you. If you feel you don't feel comfortable using someone's MCP tool, build your own. Build your own Docker container that has the tool server and it will live right there on your computer so that only you have that tunnel out. That's it. There you go. You know,
Brilliant
every
advice.
yeah.
Brilliant
But
advice.
but I really believe you're gonna go really far, Chris. And from what was it, a
Well,
year
thank
ago
you, sir.
now, when I offered you my hand and help, and it's
Yeah,
always
man.
still here, bro. And
Appreciate that so much, man.
everybody should know that. Everybody should know that if follow my YouTube, follow my GitHub, and you'll have tools at your fingertips. I'm not making videos. You are.
Right.
But if you want to see what I'm learning from, that's how you should do it because I always save on my playlist. And you'll see they're named weird too. My playlists are like virtual reality stuff and building websites. And it has nothing to do with blockchain because they're my private playlists. But for
Sure.
people that are paying attention to me, now you know where to find my,
Follow
where I get my
Muggzie.
info.
You're a legend, sir. I really appreciate that, man. I appreciate the kind words and just you being so gracious with the knowledge and being willing to help. That's the impression I've got of you since I joined the space and listened to you in the spaces. I mean, you're all about collaboration, teaming up. How can we help each other? How can we grow together? And
Right.
so that's why I want to have you on, man.
Yeah, we can all keep our projects secret, but at the same time help each other,
Right. Of course.
I use the example of the MMA world that I, took care of. I in Michigan alone, I took care of 23 different promotions that were all fighting to compete against each other, but only had me to choose from to do their film and marketing. So I had to
Whoa.
make 23 people in the same state look like completely different entities that are competing, and none of them could use me to find out information about each other.
Huh.
I would not divulge a damn thing. They knew I was a steel trap. And so
Respect.
it worked. It worked for 15 years doing that.
Wow.
It's not, it wasn't just a year or two and it failed. Like I ran that business for 15 years and kept people all over the country as clients as well as within my own state. So I'm telling people your secrets are safe with me. The methods I use are what's open to the world because I
Hmm.
find them out from the world anyway. So why
Sure.
should they be secret? It's just not all of
Respect,
us have the
bro.
time to go look it up.
Big respect.
Right on, man.
We can send it home with this. So we're obviously so passionate about ICP. I'm obsessed with ICP, man. I can't stop talking about it, thinking about it, researching all day,
It's
every
magical.
day. I want it because it's magical and I see the potential. And so I'm constantly thinking of like, how can we introduce this to the world in a practical way that will improve their lives? Are we too soon? Probably yes, we're too early. But like, I believe everyone can use this for multiple things, multiple areas of their lives. They can build tools for their unique profession, their unique passions, hobbies. Dads who coach baseball teams, they can create their own private communications app, social
Absolutely.
media app, hyper local, right?
Without the
So like,
big boss looking in, without, big
yes,
data grabbing up everybody's info,
yep,
you can have secure places, safe spaces. Let's call it that. You
sovereign
want a safe
spaces.
space? You can
Hmm.
create a safe space. You could create a social media for kids that truly doesn't allow anyone in that the moderator can't or doesn't allow in,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
unlike like a lot of hackable stuff on Web 2. They're always trying to find new ways to find safe space applications. And I think ICP is big for that. I think the way you bring it to the world is not to talk about blockchain, but is to talk about this is the new HostGator. This is the new Wix. This is the
Mm-hmm.
new way that you can host all of your any kind of application for developers, any kind of website for websiters. You can market with it. You can do affiliate marketing. You can build set it and forget it websites that will run for many, many, many years on like $5, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's where the magic is. There's no commercials. We don't have a sham wow guy, which from my understanding, we do not want that guy now, but like, he's toast. Like, but anyway, but we don't have a sham wow guy for ICP that's really pointing out what the value is to the average user.
Right.
And for me, I come from Web 2 marketing. I come from Web 2 scam marketing. I come from Web 2 multi level marketing. Okay. And
Sure.
those guys could use this and make billions over what they pay now to use the funnel services, the marketing services, all that they use to get wheels out there, like, and be able to have separate IPs and being able to map all that crap that they got to do is so doable on ICP. One thing I learned, which is a huge advantage to websiters, is that when I build a website on ICP, I get that canister, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I build another website within my own, even though it's inside of my own internet identity in my little canister farm. That next canister has no idea that the other canister exists, let alone does Google see that as me building 500 websites about the same thing on the same server. That's not how it works. They see 500 websites about this thing across the world as fresh content.
Hmm.
Do you know the difference in that? What I'm saying is
No.
is is when somebody like let's use Facebook for example.
Yeah.
When Facebook lets you create an account, you're now Facebook.Chris, right? I'm
Sure.
Facebook.Muggzie.
Yep.
If I built another application inside of Facebook, it's Facebook.Dating, right? And it's an app, but it's all within there within that server. Google knows that all of that is being put out by just Facebook as extra stuff. So it sees it like this is just them talking about them.
Just one.
Right. But when
Right.
I build a bunch of websites on canisters and just keep pumping them out, Google sees, like I told you about the VPNs and the
Uh-huh.
nodes,
Uh-huh.
it sees it as being in Guam. It sees it being in Norway. It sees it being, and none of them live in the same place.
All unique.
All unique IPs, unique addresses, and unique content. And it sees it as we have a power, a superpower in SEO that nobody else has. And the
Okay.
the
Yeah.
the raw regular world doesn't even realize. Even our own developers aren't seeing that. I have 17 websites that focus just on World 8 that I'm not passing around to everybody here. Nobody gives a shit. But they're out there living on the web in case anybody runs across them and they pop up, which World 8 is an extremely hard thing to SEO because of Mario Brothers. I didn't realize that until like almost
Oh
6 months
shoot.
into it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. While Mario has World 1 through 8 in Super Mario. And so a
Right.
crap load of content makers have made, World 8 different
Uh-huh.
things that are World 8 that involve Mario Brothers. So I'm
Okay.
fighting against all that, and I'm a gaming and cartoon. It's almost
Right.
impossible. But guys, the real trick is that you have this ability and superpower at your fingertips. And you can just do it all day, every day for the price of a half of an ICP, a half a token. You're putting enough cycles on a canister to run a static website that guides people back to your website. But you can load that thing up and build it to be SEO freaking fanatic with your AI and then launch it and let it go. Now build another, launch it. Oh, wait a minute. Let's just tell our AI cursor, please use all my information and build me 500 websites and begin deploying them. And I go out to dinner with my wife. And when I get home, 500 websites are deployed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just another novel offering ICP has for the
If you can
world.
think it, you can do it now, Chris.
Uh-huh.
That's where we're at.
Yes, sir. Well, I sure
Yeah.
appreciate the time, Muggzie. Thanks
Right
for
on, man. I'm so happy to
thanks for
talk to you
hanging.
finally. I hope this isn't a dead episode.
Oh no, man. There's a lot of gold in here.
Right on,
But
man.
no,
I
yeah, there's so
enjoyed our
much gold.
talk.
Yeah, thanks for all the knowledge. Thanks for being so free with it all. And I'd love to have you back on. I'll be a little more organized, and I'm sure I'm going to have a million questions as soon as I hang
Yeah,
up.
I'm so I think I threw you off, maybe. I don't know.
No, it's all
I
good.
feel
I
like you
wanted to
had a
just
path you wanted to take, but
no, I just wanted to channel you, man. See
yeah.
where you led us.
Yeah, you don't have to
Um,
promote anybody's projects. You can just promote tech. But if you listen to what I told you about, where the real value is in ICP, if you took your content in that direction, start looking at what Wix and all them people are offering out there and tie that into we do the same damn thing,
but better
but better,
and
cheaper.
more.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, imagine not just making a website for your business, but you're actually building the SaaS for it too.
Yes.
And you're launched all in one place. Like, do you have an idea for a SaaS that you want to sell, but you also need a website? So you're going to, over here to host it
A
on an
million
app
different
service.
providers.
Yeah.
Right.
No, just log on and you can promote caffeine. I hope you promote Kontext one day. But
I'd love to, man.
it's just as simple as getting on Kontext. You get 10 free accounts in there, 10 free dApps you can make. One's your SaaS, 5 are your website, 4 are your blog. 4
Hell
are
yeah.
blog. That's it.
And I'm just, yeah, bro, I dream of the day where we can take this to literally everyone in the community and be like, help them, handhold them, and show them how to do it, like how to convert their business to get away from Wix, get away from Salesforce, get away from whatever tool. You can have that all contained, all owned yourself, all customized. Like,
Right.
I get so fucking fired up about that future, man. I know we're not there yet, but like we're headed there. And
Can you think
it's
of
going to be
something to tell me right now about a product you would like to see on ICP that you find may not work on ICP?
I mean, let me come back to you on
Yeah.
that because yeah.
Because I believe you can build any kind of logic and any kind of application on
Let's go.
ICP.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Databases. What is an application more than just a database that keeps track of information of some sort and then serves it in some fashion or another? Like,
Yeah.
anything can be built. You want to build games, you want to build calculators, you want to build, and by calculators, you can imagine that in any way, shape, or form.
Sure.
What is it calculating? What is the data it's amassing and then giving you an output about? Calculators are, easy as pie to build. I don't really see anything you can't build on ICP. I just don't. You can
Grand
build
Theft
a
Auto.
Facebook, huh?
Grand
What'd you
Theft
say?
Auto.
Grand Theft Auto. Why
I'm
not?
just being a
Oh,
smart aleck.
that
But
ain't
why
gonna do it.
not? One day, why not?
One day. Right now, the multiplayer system you just can't make happen, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where
Okay.
I got egg in the face coming to ICP and thinking I was building a big open world that everybody was going to be able to come inside and play around in, and you can't.
What's the hang up on that? Like, what would we need to get to where that's possible? Multiplayer.
It's the chunking problem and data flow in a canister. You can't have live streaming either. Like
Right.
this right now, you
Right.
can't live stream. I couldn't build my own podcasting network in ICP
Not
where
yet. Right.
because it can't deliver continuous flow information. It has to chunk it, deliver. So you get like and I would shoot you in our open world, and you could be 5 feet away from where I just shot at by the time it gets to you. You know what I mean? So
Sure. But
there's no
one day,
synchronization.
I mean, as Dfinity keeps scaling up, like as we're farther into the 20-year roadmap, will that be possible? Streaming? Video streaming? I want to say yes, but you know.
They have to change up the format a little. They have to do a lot more. It's not about memory. It's not what it's about.
Okay.
It's about the data packets and how they're
The
delivered.
serving,
Yeah.
how it's served.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have to be a continuous data flow.
Because I mean, they want to have a YouTube, you know, eventually YouTube equivalent on ICP one day, right? So
Right.
they're gonna have to solve all this shit.
That's
Get
right.
your
They're
act
gonna have to
together.
do that.
Get your act together, Definity.
You said that. You
Oh.
said that with such freaking informative confidence, man. You were
Uh-huh.
like, "They're gonna have to solve that shit."
Easy for me
Damn.
to say. Yeah.
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 I got a bunch of presents to wrap now, man. My kids are gone for the weekend. So, hey, man, I hope you have a wonderful day, Chris.
Likewise,
And,
Mugsy.
thanks again, bro.
Thank you for the time and the knowledge, bro. It's a real
Yeah.
pleasure.
I don't have a definitive product besides Clown, Kontext, World 8, and anybody else I'm helping with, like, Technologic, for Bonsai, See Spicy, and The Village. That's a group of people over in Nigeria. I
Okay.
built their whole website and platform so he could have the local
Nice.
businesses there in their village. The
Uh-huh.
name of the DApp is The Village. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
What's his
exciting.
Elder Joe? Have you ever heard that name?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Follow
he
him.
runs that, bro, and,
Okay.
he hired me to build all that for him, so I run the village for them so they could monetize their community over there in Nigeria and be able to actually have a currency exchange so that they can start making money for themselves, bro, like,
That's
I love
phenomenal.
it,
That's
man, I will do
phenomenal.
anything for people like that, man.
Shoot. Well, I'm glad you shared that. And who should I have on? Icy Spicy would be cool. Token Logic. I haven't talked to him yet.
That's Rob, yep, you could also get Preston from, Coin
I would
Nation.
be thrilled to have Preston.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
man.
totally geeked. I got him coming on Snowge next week. We do pre-recordeds as
Nice.
well.
Okay.
So yeah, if you want me to line up Preston for you, I pretty much tell him where he's gotta be, so.
I mean, yeah, that'd be an honor.
All right,
I was really
I'll
impressed with
line you
his
up with
work,
him.
and
I can
he
line you
seems
up with
just
Will.
yeah.
That way you can get a couple episodes in the can before the holidays. You know what I mean? You know what I mean by that, in the can?
I do. In the
Episodes in the
queue,
can before the
baby.
holidays. Huh?
Yeah. In the queue.
Right, yeah. I've been
Yep.
doing production forever, bro, like,
I
this
know.
stuff is what I really should be doing, but
And
like I said in the
well,
beginning,
yeah,
man, I love building.
and you're so good at it, and you only have so much time in the day. So,
Yeah, and this don't pay all that well, to be honest with you, being a
well, I know
podcaster.
that. I know about that. Yep.
Like, if you don't
Paying
know
to do
now,
it.
you're about to find out.
No, I'm just paying to do it. So,
Yeah, you just find some
for
sponsors,
the
bro.
love, for the
Find some
love.
people that are willing to pay you a couple bucks a month to,
I got to
get the
figure that
charm out.
out. But I don't want to ask,
Oh,
It's
you
like,
have to.
but you have to, huh?
Oh, you have to. You can't
Okay.
expect them to come to you because they don't know you're open for that.
Right. Right.
Okay?
Yeah,
Everybody on the
man.
planet is like that, buddy. And that's why a lot of us miss opportunities because we don't
Totally.
go tell people that we're open for opportunities. And some
Okay.
people think that some people think I'm untouchable. I'm unapproachable. And it's like, no, guys, I'm completely approachable.
Yeah.
I'm here for you and I'm willing to work at bottom line cost for extravagant projects that are amazingly going to help the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
So yeah, man, it's just, it's about taking care of my kids and then the payout in the long run, not a payout. We're all struggling for that. So, you know, right on, man.
Appreciate
But
that.
yeah, get
Appreciate
yourself
that.
out there and ask. Ask
Okay.
people that you agree with their projects. Gold Dow, OGY,
Right.
crap like that. Say, hey man, you give me 50, $100 a month, and I'll make sure to shout you out every show that I do. Or I'll put
Okay.
your logo in every 10 minutes, I'll throw your logo up. You know, for $250 a month, I'll make a commercial and put you a whole commercial inside my episodes. Come up
There
with a
we go.
small, very cheap. You know,
Right. Right. Doable. That's brilliant. Yep. All right, bro. I appreciate you, man. Have a great day.
I can do
All
this
right.
all day, bro.
We'll do it again. I'd be thrilled
Yeah,
to do it
man.
again. All
If
right.
you need
Peace, bro.
anything, just holler at me.
Much love. Appreciate
All
it,
right,
bro.
later.
Bye bye.